Hello, I'm here for the interview. Right over there, right? Uh, I'd sit on your couch, but looks uncleaned. So yeah, well, see you've got a PowerPoint up there, so I guess you just put up the questions and I'll answer them. All right, cool. Let's get started. Okay, so first question: what should we call you? You can call me Figfug or Fig or Figgy. Those are some of the nicknames I've been given in the past, but I don't really mind either way. What you call me, if you can think of it, I'll probably be fine with it. As long as it's not like, rude or anything. Yeah. Pronouns. Bit of an interesting one actually. He, him, I'm fine with. She, they, I'm also fine with, because if you didn't know, I'm actually gender fluid. I haven't really expressed a lot of the feminine side, but yeah, it's whatever. And I guess they, them, I don't really mind either, but you can't really go wrong with he, him, so if you want to stick to that, then that's fine. Sexuality. If you haven't been able to tell from the type of videos that I make, that's sort of on my resume, I'm bisexual. I like I go both ways. And also, I just thought I'd throw in here that I am also a switch. So for those keeping track at home, I go both ways on gender, sexuality, and on who tops. Please never tell me to make a decision in my life. I will explode. Where are you from? Well, I'm British. So, yeah. Where's your accent from? Because it is angelic. No. Yeah, well, as I said, I am British. So that's where the accent mainly comes from. If you want to get a bit more specific, my parents are both from Essex. I'm not living there now, so I'm not doxing myself by saying that. But yeah, it's not really like a typical Essex accent though. If you've ever heard people from Essex, it's a little, they sound very chavvy. Yeah, my parents, they're very well spoken, so I have them to thank for my accent. Has anyone ever said you have a nice voice? Did that make you think about putting your voice to use? Well, see the previous question, I suppose. But no, in all seriousness, back when I was young, I was actually bullied or teased about my voice. I was they described it a few ways, like posh, monotone, robotic. At one point, I was called Siri. I suppose that would have been fun if I was actually Siri, but no, sorry. But now after I was finished with school and all of that, I've actually had a lot of people compliment me for my voice, especially you guys and girls and whatever. Um, but no, I've had friends and classmates, and actually a few of the people I've spoken to about careers. They've said I've got a very nice voice, um, which is interesting. But yeah, that's yeah, that was nice. Um, so I guess yeah, after a while, with all of the positive positive things that I was being told about my voice, I sort of just you know, became accustomed to it being called a nice voice and thought, well, might as well do something with it, and yeah, here we are. What inspired you to make ASMR and specifically RP boyfriend audios? Oh boy. Well, I've listened to ASMR for a very long time, um, mostly to help me sleep, um, sometimes to study, but I've been listening to it for years at this point, and yeah, because people told me that my nice voice was nice and I like ASMR, I was like, well, yeah, might as well. Oh, and I also got a cool mic, but yeah, that's. And also, sort of coinciding with this, um, I moved into a new apartment for studying, for uni stuff, and I had no internet, and that was gonna last for like a week, and up until that point, I had fallen asleep to ASMR videos, boyfriend ASMR videos, I would admit, for ages, yeah, a very long time. So and that was because I tend to have trouble falling asleep, um, and I find that this sort of thing really helps. Um, so when faced with the prospect of not being able to, listen to that, I, as much as I don't like to admit it, I may or may not have recorded the audios for me myself to listen to. Uh, it's yeah, I it it helped. Not gonna lie, it was a bit weird, but it helped. Um, so after I got my internet back, I sort of just had a few of these ASMR videos sort of just lying around. So I decided to publish some of them, and here we are. It's well, that's what inspired me to make the boyfriend audios. But my very first video, the Claire de Lune video, that was sort of just like a dipping my toes in the water, like passion project. But the fact that I already had that sort of encouraged me to go forward and yeah, like upload these videos that I make now. And I guess all of this sort of helped me in a way, like form my philosophy on making ASMR videos, which is I would only ever make and or publish videos that I would be comfortable listening to. If I made a video that I myself wouldn't enjoy, I wouldn't upload it. Now, if you've noticed that my last video was a period comfort video, you might you might begin to realize I've sort of strayed away from that a little bit, but I still hold on to that philosophy for quality control reasons. Because if there's something that's bothering me in a video that I'm making, I know it's going to bother somebody else, so I might as well, do something about it. But yeah, sorry for a bit of a ramble on that one, but yeah. What's the mic you use? I might start making ASMR in the future, and I need to know which mic to use without doing research because I'm too lazy to. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what my mic is, but I want to make it very clear. Please do research. There's many microphones out there. There's many things to consider. There's some that are very cheap, some that are very expensive. But my microphone is a Blue Yeti. I would recommend this. As far as ASMR making goes, this is probably a very good trade-off for high quality, low price. You get very good audio quality. You get a great ease of use because there's no extra things you have to worry about. It's just a USB microphone, plug it in, you're ready to go. There's a few things that I like about it. There's gain settings and there's directional audio settings. I personally have it on the one where you can have where it shows. I'm muddling my words. I personally like the setting where it tracks from one side to the other, like that. You can set it to some other ones as well, but that's the one I like the best for ASMR videos. But yeah, please do your research. This is probably going to be out of the price range for a lot of people, but if you do have the money, I would highly recommend trying to invest and research into higher quality microphones that are available. But if you're a beginner and you don't have as much cash as would be required, I would thoroughly recommend this one. This one's been great. I know some people actually use two of these and have one for left side and one for right side, but they mostly do that for some of the more in-person physical ones where there's a video to go along with it, and they're moving their hands around and yeah. But still, that's an option you might want to consider. Who inspires you most in the ASMR community? Well, there's a lot of nominations for that. I suppose I could list them in categories. So for IRL, ASMR artists, so people who do a lot more visual stuff along with the ASMR. There's Gibby, Projector turned on. There we go. Yeah, Gibby ASMR, which is Gibi to spell. Slight Sounds, Feather Feather, and Love Sophia. All of those have been a joy to listen to, especially Heather Feather. They were one of the first ASMR artists that I sort of use as a sleep aid, and they really helped get me through some troublesome nights, because I'm really bad at falling asleep. So shout out to them especially. Then I think after I stopped listening to those people, I unfortunately fell down the sort of boyfriend-girlfriend roleplay rabbit hole, I'll say, and pun intended. But no, I suppose as far as girlfriend roleplay videos go, Skitty Cat, cat with a K, that is. Dude, That's Wholesome as well. Both of those really helped with sleep. I promise I'm in sleep. Also, there's Reckon and You. I mostly listen to them for the boyfriend stuff, but it's sort of a two-person like project. So if you want boyfriend and girlfriend audios, then I'd recommend them. And also in the boyfriend category, there's Oralescent. I don't think they make videos anymore, but still, the ones that they have uploaded, I've enjoyed. There's Cozy Cub, a Cubby Wubby, Star with 2 R's, who I believe used to be called Twinkle Audio or Twinkle ASMR or something like that. But I really liked his content. And big shout out to Angels and Bread. Their sort of Naps, Laps and Pats series is just, it's perfect. I love it. Would thoroughly recommend. And I suppose I might as well also mention, if you like femboys, Peachy and Line Chew ASMR. I think Line Chew actually does VTuber streams now, so if you're into VTubers, then but yeah, if you want to hear some submissive and breedable males, I would recommend listening to those two. So yeah, just be wary that some of these videos are, or some of these channels / some of the videos from these channels are intended for 18+ audiences. So if you're not 18, don't watch them, please. But yeah. What's your favorite thing about yourself? That's a good question. I don't really like talking about myself that much, which does make you wonder why I did a Q&A ASMR video, but yeah. But if I had to choose my favorite thing about myself, it would probably be the fact that it has been shown to me that I am able to bring joy to others. If I had to sort of outline my goals in life, it would be 1, help people, and 2, make them laugh. And I'm very glad that with who I am and what I do and what I can do / will do in the future, that those will sort of be possible. But I genuinely get the most enjoyment out of life when other people are happy. So if there's anything I would like about myself, it would probably be that I am able to make people happy in one way or another. So, yeah, sort of turned around the question of about myself and made it about other people in some way, but yeah, we'd ignore that. Fondest childhood memory. Okay, so young me as a child, rugby pitch. My position's forward. We're playing at home versus some other team I can't remember. We've practiced lineouts and what our team is going to call out for whatever the throw is going to do. So it's 1 for person at the front, 2 for the person in the middle, 3 for the person at the back. They call 1. I'm in front. So he throws the ball short. I catch it as quick as I can before the other team snatches it. And I run full sprint past the guy in front on the inside and past the line-out team. Just straight down the side of the pitch. And I'm going full belt. And I turn to my right and I see one or two of the enemy of the opposition trying to tackle me, but they tried to catch up, but because of sort of how quick I was able to sort of run past them, they didn't really have the speed to catch up. So I make it to the try line, score a try, and it's amazing. Team celebrates. It was probably my favorite sort of highlight of my rugby, childhood rugby career. And it's a very simple one, really. It's just scoring a good try. But the sort of atmosphere around it all, with like everybody cheering and the team sort of celebrating with me, it was great. And I think my favorite part of that story was my dad was watching at the time, and he was sort of standing in the crowd, and a man next to him sort of turns to him as I'm doing this and says, "Bloody hell, he's fast." And as it turns out, the guy who had said that to my dad was actually the other team's coach. And he'd said that to the father of the kid he was talking about. Uh, I love that. That's so yeah. That's definitely my the highlight of childhood me, in my opinion. Are you a cat person or a dog person? Now, I know I have bunny ears on, but I am actually a cat person. I love cats. If you've seen my Twitter, I think you would have seen that I posted my cat once or twice. Name's Nando. He's a gremlin. I hate him, but I love him. I think I've been mostly put off by dogs because of just how active some of them are. Like especially the small ones. They're very loud, very. They run around a lot, and some of my friends' dogs. The moment there's a sound at the door, they will bark for like the next hour. They are. It's like they do not know how to take a break. And every time somebody new walks into the house, they're sort of all over them, like jumping on them. And I prefer the laid back sort of cat attitude. You know, I just want to relax, just sit down, have a snooze, just yeah, life is good. But speaking of pets, actually, I have had quite a few, not strange pets, but a good variety, I'd say. We've had fish. I couldn't tell you what type of fish. I was very young, so I don't really remember what types of fish they were. Chinchillas. They are just big old balls of floof. They're great. And I actually had a hermit crab or two at one point. That was interesting. I got one from France that had like a painted shell on it, with like a smiley face. I thought that was great. But yeah, actually, I had some English ones as well, and then the French ones. The French one outlasted like all of the English ones, and all of the English ones were bigger. So that was a resilient little bugger. He wasn't like just a baby or anything. He was I don't know, just built different. But I would also like to get like a bunny, of course, or a bird. But birds can be a bit of a nuisance, from what I've heard from some of my friends. So yeah, we'll see. I saw you had a vid about Claire de Lune. What classical music artist do you gravitate towards the most? Ooh, okay. Oh, no, just. What classical musical artist do you gravitate towards the most? I saw you had a vid about Claire de Lune. Okay. I could probably talk about music and the music I like all day. So I'm glad you stuck to classical music, because otherwise this would probably be my longest answer out of all of them. Now I can't really say I prefer any like particular classical music artist more than any others, because I'm sort of the person who I appreciate individual songs more than I do like listen along with like the completed works of a particular artist. I suppose out of the ones that have produced songs that I really like, there's Claude Debussy, obviously, with Claire de Lune. Chopin, that's a classic one. Especially Nocturne Op 9 number 2. Eric Satie, I think you pronounce that, with Gymnopédie number 1. Sorry. Also number 2 and 3 as well, but especially number 1. That one, yeah, that one hits different. I heard it in a game at one point. I can't remember what game it was, but yeah, I really like that one. I'm gonna butcher this one. Camille Saint-Saëns, whoever composed Danse Macabre. That one slaps. And also shout out to Beethoven for Moonlight Sonata specifically. And I know this guy isn't classical per se, but I really want to just shout out Steve Reich. He does some wonderful minimalist music. I'm not sure exactly where I first heard it. I think from his music, I think it was Six Pianos was the first one I listened to. But also Music for 18 Musicians and Violin Phase. I don't really listen to a lot of minimalist pieces, but those ones are really captivating. I heard someone sort of describe it as minimalist is like taking the like build up and sort of resolution a lot of composers do, but sort of taking the resolution part or like the build up part and just stretching it out for like pages and pages of music. And so when I sort of heard it like that, I've probably done a horrible job explaining it, but it did sort of help me appreciate that music more, and it's really fun to sort of just put on in the background as I'm like trying to focus on something. But yeah, I'll stop talking about music because otherwise we would be here all day. What is your major in college right now? Well, I know this is talking about American college, so the British equivalent university. I am a psychology graduate. I've already done my degree in psychology, and I'm currently doing a master's course for cognitive neuroscience. What can I say? I like brains. But in case you don't know what cognitive neuroscience is, it's basically just the study of how the brain works through research based on, well, neurons and all the small bits of the brain that connect to each other and communicate with each other to produce signals and blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what I'm studying. Speaking of which, I should probably be getting on with my studies, but I'm sort of recording this. So I mean, I'm in an interview. Yeah, interview version. Yes. Any thought-provoking books you have read in your life? I'm gonna cop out and say that every book is thought-provoking if you put your mind to it. Okay, in all seriousness, I don't really read a lot of books anymore that aren't like just journal articles or textbooks, because uni student shenanigans. So I haven't really been able to sort of just sit down with a good book. Not that I really did all that much anyway, but still, even if I had the option, but well, I mean, the option's always there. It's just me being lazy. But the other day, I was going shopping, and there was this place that like sold a few books here and there, and they. So I don't particularly believe any of what these books are saying. Just wanted to sort of put that out there, but there were. It was like there was a book about tarot reading, which, as I do find it pretty cool, but I don't really believe in any of it. And I will admit, most of my enthusiasm for it comes from JoJo's. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But I do sort of find the concept of like all the cards really cool. Oh, and also, actually, it keeps popping up in like popular culture, doesn't it? Like Yu-Gi-Oh has that absolutely horrible archetype, which is Arcana Force, and they don't have all of the tarot, but they have a lot of the tarot, and they all have like different effects and about gambling or whatever, or like chance rather, because it's cards. So, anyway, and also Binding of Isaac, they have the tarot cards in it as well. So I guess I'm sort of just interested to it just based on popular culture, but still, it's that. Yeah, there was this just whole book on reading tarot cards, and it came with a set. I was really interested in, but I didn't really buy it. But anyway, that's not even what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is they had one or two books on like magic. I think there was a witchcraft one, but the ones that stood out to me was like moon magic and plant magic. And as I say, I don't believe in like spells or anything, but I really like the concept of being able to like cast spells and stuff. And it was really interesting to like have a quick flick through on these pages where it's just talking about like this is what this phase of the moon represents, and this plant can be used in these potions or rituals, and it's like having your own spell book, really. And as much as it isn't like real, it's really fascinating to like sort of be transported to this other world where all of this sort of is real and it makes sense. And there's like a system behind all these things that, even if it doesn't work in practice, in theory, it's all really cool. And it's great that these sorts of books exist, I think. I know it's probably just as a scam. Okay, not a scam, but I do find it great that these books are available as like a way to sort of peek into a whole nother like world, and all of its mechanisms that you never really would have got to experience, especially with like all of the technical information that sort of makes it all believable. I love that sort of stuff. So yeah, I guess it did provoke thoughts, so that counts. That's what I would suggest. Okay, so this is the very last question. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for? Okay, so obvious answer first. More wishes. If that doesn't work, more genies. If that doesn't work, more lamps with genies in them. Wish granting genies specifically, I might add, because you know how those genies are. Anyways, but 3 wishes. Considering how like powerful a wish is, the ability to just make anything come true. I suppose, and also, I guess, given my goals in life, my very first like wish would probably be for everyone to have access and the ability to get help with whatever problems they have with as little friction as possible. Because I could just wish for no problems, but I feel like we sort of need problems in life to sort of build us up into who we are. But there are people out there who suffer through those problems a lot more than they should. Either because they aren't able to get the help, or if they are, it's not the right help, or it's too bad quality, it's too expensive. So yeah, I feel like things would be a lot better if people didn't have to overcome problems just to deal with their problems. I think that's not fair. But I suppose a more like preventative measure, or like a preventative wish, would be that people should. I would wish for people to look after themselves better, so that they wouldn't let a few like avoidable problems sort of overcome them, and then they need help retroactively. I think preventation rather than just help would be a lot better for a lot of people. I suppose next wish would be for people to just be nice to everyone else. I know there's a lot of instances when that wish probably wouldn't go very well. Like, hey, I know you just beat me up, but I'm nice, so I'm going to buy you a Christmas present, even though it's July. I think that's a little excessive, but I feel like a lot of things could be helped with if people just sort of stopped treating others as if they were objects or numbers, and start treating them like they're other forms of yourself in a way. Because it's easy to forget that everyone else you see is living or has lived a lived experience. Everyone's sort of the same in that regard. Like, I'm currently having my own experiences, you're having yours, everyone else is having theirs. So I feel like if everyone could just treat each other with a common decency that we ourselves would want to be treated with, and ideally that would be, kindness and understanding. Because I feel like a lot of the time conflict can be avoided if people sort of just took a moment to think about somebody else's perspective and sort of be like, well, okay, I feel this way about this, but these other people haven't lived the same life as me. They've lived a completely different experience. But if I was in their shoes, I'd probably feel the same way as them. If I had the same upbringing, the same situations happen to me, I probably would be exactly the same as them. So that's sort of how I feel about stuff anyway. And that sort of helped me sort of want to help people in a way. Because if I was them and they were me, I would want them to help me with my problems. So I'm going to help them with theirs. If they want it, of course. Like, I'm not going to assume people need help for everything. But anyway, this is about wishes. I guess third wish, Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari. We'll go with Ferrari. Okay, so from the top, everyone looks after themselves better. Everyone looks after everybody else better, and I get Ferrari. Okay, cool. Okay, well, that's basically the end for the video, for the Q&A, or the interview, of course. No, thank you very much for all of your questions. This has been a great experience for me to answer all of these for you. As you may have noticed, I'm not just text on a screen or a stick figure. So I've been thinking of using this model in future. If you like it, then let me know, and if you hate it, also let me know, so I never pull this out again. So I guess to end the video and sort of wrap up, well, the last question, all of my wishes again. I wish you take care of yourself. I wish you take care of others. And I wish for a Ferrari. Thank you very much for listening.